Hi there, I'm Sarah from Great Days by Sarah, and today I have for us a hip opening yoga flow. So I invite you to come down, have a comfortable seat, cross-legged, whatever feels good. I'm going to start with the eyes open, long, tall spine. And as much as we try to connect our breath to our movement, it doesn't need to be perfect through this yoga practice. Just make sure that you keep returning to the breath. So if I'm saying inhale and exhale and your breath is off, don't get frustrated. Just make sure you keep breathing. So starting with your eyes open, we'll sweep our arms down, around and up, looking up towards our fingertips, and then bring our hands to heart center. This is made to just center ourselves, to focus on the next 20 minutes or so for yourself, for your body. If you'd like to set an intention, now's a great time to do so. Blink those eyes open if they closed. Let's start with an inhale up and little twist, but not touching the floor today. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. So really, instead of forcing it with our hands, we're using our core. Last one each way. Maybe reach a little further, twist a little deeper. And then back to center. Lift your right arm up. Left arm can plant over the top for a little sway. Maybe even peek up underneath your arm before you come back up and exchange to the other side. Last one each direction. Keeping those sits bones grounded on the ground. This time we're going to press up. So we're going to press with both hands in the back and press our hips forward, letting your knees drop. Maybe your gaze can go up or even your head can fall behind you. And then we release. I'm going to do two more like that on this side. So ground down through your shin bones, through your knees, maybe a little arch in your back, and release. Just starting to feel those hip flexors open. Come back to the seat, switch your feet. So I say the awkward way to do this, we're going to do it all again. Sit up tall, we twist, no touch. Twist, no touch, just activating through your core. Through these awesome muscles to your side, nose your obliques. After this one, we lean. Left arm up, over the top. Peek. Right arm up, over the top. Peek. Last one here. Both hands plant firmly behind you. You know where we're going. Send your hips forward. Drive those knees down. And then release. Two more. Last one. As you release, uncross those legs. Join me in a tabletop. Wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Little cat-cow. Let's continue to warm up the spine. As your eyes gaze towards the ceiling, so does your tailbone. And then we reverse it. One more this way. Find yourself into a neutral spine, and then lift your leg, your right leg, up to the side with a flexed foot. It's almost like a dog on a hydrant motion, and then bring it right back down. To start, we're gonna lift and lower. Starting to get some of that blood flow through your hips, since we're gonna focus on them today. Last one up like this. Bring it down, listen for the change, it's back. So it's here. We're not arching, so keep your tummy tight. Knee comes up just to hip height and back down in. Last one, lifting high, and then we're gonna add a circle to it. So bring that knee in towards your chest, out towards the side, up to the back, and around and through. Two more that direction. Making your circle with that knee as big as you can, whatever that means for you today. Once you come back down, reverse it. 3 the other direction. It's up, it's around, it hugs in towards your tricep, and then kicks through. So good. Reset with 1 cat-cow. And then we have 2 sides, so going into the other side. First, lift and lower. Lift and lower. Yes, it's normal if your hips are talking to you at this point. These are motions we usually don't go through the course of the day, so you may find them challenging. Switch it out. Go back. Remember, we're not arching, keeping our tummy tight. Just lifting up to hip height. Last one up, and this time pull it in towards your chest, then around to the side and out the back. 2 more that direction. The magic number today is 3. Reverse it. Once you finish your third, cat-cow. And then we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. So find this upside down letter V with your body, especially if it's your first one of the day. Pedal out your feet. Do what feels good in this pose. Maybe your heels shift side to side. My shoulders are a little tight today, so I'm going to turn my fingertips out slightly. And just breathe. Drive your heels towards the floor. If they don't touch, no worries. If you need to keep a bend in your knees, because that feels better on your hamstrings, do so. And then we'll begin to just tiptoe those toes up to the top. To your hands. Big toes touch. As deep of a bend in your knees as you need. And then for this first one, we're just going to roll up nice and slow. 1 vertebrae at a time. Roll those shoulders forward, down, and back. Time for sun salutations. Inhale, your arms come up. Exhale, let it all out. Fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, slowly plant your hands on this first one. Step your right leg back and drop your knee. Untuck your toe and find yourself into this low lunge. Tuck your tailbone under. Feeling a good stretch through this back leg, through your back hip flexor. And then step your left leg back, meet your right. Lower all the way down for this first one. Inhale, cobra. Or if you're ready, upward facing dog. And we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Step your right leg forward. Right leg comes forward, left leg drops. Find your lunge. Make sure this back foot is untucked. Tuck your tailbone under. And then step your left up to meet your right. Toes together or apart. Inhale this time, flat back. Exhale, refold. Inhale, reverse your swan dive all the way up to the top. Hands come to heart center. Listen for the changes. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back all the way through your flow. Chaturanga, if you're taking it, inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale this time, crisscross your feet. So nice and slow. I love this hip stretch, especially when you're first starting, if you're doing yoga in the morning. And those hips are a little tight from the night before. Crisscross them over and do what feels good. Little shift, little shimmy with your tailbone. Until you run out of space and then you're at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Sink low, lift high, tailbones tucked, wiggle 10 toes, and we fold it right over. Inhale up. Exhale, flow. As we all meet back in downward facing dog, bring your feet a little closer together, maybe even your big toes touch. You're gonna lift the right leg, set it down, then the left. And what I want you to focus on are your hip bones. Are they facing the floor? So we're keeping a closed position today. Doesn't matter how high you lifted. Last one this way. Lift the right leg this time and it steps through to crescent lunge. So you find yourself on these railroad tracks, both toes facing forward. I like to start with a little bend in my back knee so I can really drop my tailbone. Then I lift my arms and then maybe straighten my back leg. Maybe gaze up. And then my hands come down, around, and I go through my flow, or I meet right back in downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, steps through crescent. Take a moment to set it up if you need to. I bend my back leg, tuck my tailbone under, lift my arms, and then maybe straighten the back leg. Maybe I gaze up, and then my arms come down, and I take it right through. Downward facing dog is where we meet. Gaze to the top, hop, step, or jump, or take that funny crisscross walk like we did last time if you liked it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, flow. No matter what you do, we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. But this time we'll come forward to plank. Plant your left hand down. Spin on the outside of both feet. And then bring your top leg halfway up. And we're gonna lower and rainbow that arm up. Lower your hips and rainbow up. 3 is our magic number today. Bring it here and up. Plant your hand, refine plank. We're just gonna switch right over to the other side. You'll see what it looks like from the back. You're here, top leg comes halfway up. We drop and lift. So that foot that's to the side is perpendicular to your mat or your body. Plank. We hold. Our first challenge here. If you need to modify, modify. If not, sap in it. We're not here long. It's just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, hop, step, or jump. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Last chair pose. Deepest expression of the day. And fold. Halfway lift. Last chance for a flow. Take it if you want it. Downward facing dog. Step your left leg forward. Find your crescent. Then open up warrior 2. We're not here long. Just hit the warrior 2. Straighten your legs. Scoot your back foot in a little bit, and we're gonna lean out towards triangle. So reaching with this hand, shifting my hip back, and then finding somewhere that I can press the back of my hand on my leg so my chest opens, and we're here. Breathe. We're only here one time. Stand up tall, bend through this front leg, find yourself into Skandasana. So either all the way down, foot is flat, opposite foot towards the sky, pressing hands to heart, really pressing your chest open so you get a good strong stretch through that inner thigh. If that is not in the cards for you today, come back up here, modify it, wherever you are. Inner thigh stretch. Come on back up to stand. Use whatever hands, body parts you need. We're going into triangle on the other side. So flip that opposite foot out. Adjust your stance. Arms come up. Out to a T. Send those hips back. Reach forward as long as you can. And then press the back of your hand, maybe into your shin, maybe into your ankle, maybe into the side of your knee. Just gentle. Find this triangle. Just breathe and open a little bit more, like you're pressed between two panes of glass. And then slide it into Skandasana, other side. You stayed lifted on the other leg, do it lifted. This is definitely my challenging leg to flatten out my foot, but I'll try it. Press hands together, my opposite foot is facing towards the sky. And then we'll press up to stand, coming into the star, and then squat it low for a goddess squat. Up to star. Goddess squat. Maybe your elbows can even touch those thighs. Goddess squat. If not, that's okay. Just really activate through your back. Last one here. Turn it down all the way to the ground. Drop your knees. Sit it back for a moment. We're going to go into pigeon. I want to show you a modification. So in pigeon, we'll bring one foot forward. Place your shin, ideally parallel to the top of your mat. Most of our bodies are not like that, so you have to lessen the angle. Square your hips forward, untuck your back toes. We'll start up here and then lay it down. If that's not in the cards for you, I want to show you figure 4. Cross one over, flex through your foot, and pull it in here. Same muscle you're stretching, just a little bit less intense. So pigeon or figure 4, Pick your poison. Join us when you're ready. If you're folding forward in pigeon, try to relax through your head. So either on your elbows, a nice platform for your forehead, or walk your hands down if you have this flexibility and rest your head on your hands, or maybe your chest can even rest on the ground. I have a difficult time showing that one, but I'm sure you can do it if you have that range of motion. Wherever you are, just breathe. Slowly come up or out of it where you are. You're just going to switch out to the other side. So pigeon, you can just flip around, do the other leg, figure four, just crisscross your feet, do the other side. If you're in pigeon, sit up tall first, try to square those hips, and then fold it forward. Keep breathing, don't hold your breath, we're almost through. Come out of it slow. And we'll all be on our backs. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze and then maybe rock back and forth. Always feels good on my lower back. And then let your legs drop over to the right. Your gaze to the left for a spinal twist. Try to keep both shoulder blades on the floor. And then come up, give yourself a little squeeze, and then bring them over to the other side. Last ones together. Give everything a squeeze. Maybe even bring your forehead towards your knees. Perhaps they even touch. Then send your body long in your space for Shavasana. You've arrived. Give yourself this time. We're not here long. Let everything go. If you need something to focus on, focus between your eyebrows to your third eye. And imagine your favorite color. And then we slowly start to wiggle. Circle your wrists, your ankles. Swing your head gently side to side. And then we'll turn on to your right side, resting your ear on your bicep. Keeping your eyes closed if it's possible, press up to a seat. Same seat that we started in today. Squeeze your shoulders up to your ears and then press them as far as you can down your back. Circle your arms out to the side as we breathe in. Get all the energy we had today. Palms clasped at the top. Then hands move to heart center. Then please join your thumbs at your third eye, the space between your eyebrows, this awesome site of intuition. We'll all bow and say, Namaste. Thank you for joining me in that hip opening yoga flow today. Go have a great day.